I feel like nobody gave me the memo that you shouldn't smile to people in Finland, because I remember when me and dad arrived at the airport for the first time, and then I think I was like smiling at people a little bit, just trying to be polite and obviously really nervous about what to do and what not to do. And I realized later that, okay, that's the reason that people were not smiling back. It's not really a thing to acknowledge the strangers and smile at them. What's up, and welcome to Couple of Expats, as you can see written right here on my jacket. If you are new to this channel, my name is Megha, and if you have been here before, then welcome back, because today we are talking about 5 things that are perfectly normal in Finland and to Finnish people, but might seem awkward or weird to foreigners. So let's go! Chit-chat is like a big no-go in Finland. And what I mean by that is that small talk is frowned upon. If you want to have deep, meaningful conversations in Finland, that is amazing. But small talk with people that you encounter in your everyday life, for example, your barista or something like that, is not really a thing in Finland. It is very normal that if you're at a restaurant that you just exchange the bare minimum conversation with your waiter or waitress, or if you are getting groceries that you barely exchange even a single word with the cashier at a grocery store. Now, if you're coming from a culture that has the same principle, that small talk is not indulged in, then you will not find this surprising at all. But in different cultures, small talk is part of communication. One thing that really comes to mind is how in a lot of cultures, there's a tendency to be pushy. For example, when we were in India and I was at Sephora, I remember there was a lady who was literally just following me around just to see if I needed help. And both me and Chris were like, what is going on? Why is she right there? And that was basically her job, to follow around customers in case they have any questions. Whereas in Finland, I mean, I think it's quite normal that if you have any questions, you find somebody who can help you, but you will not be disturbed and you are left to shop peacefully on your own. But I will say, while everyone in Finland keeps saying that small talk is not such a big thing, in Finland, one of the things that you talk about like almost every day is the weather. It is very normal to be like, oh my God, it's sunny outside. Oh my God, look at the awesome weather. Or oh, it's gonna be raining all weekend. And it is so common to chat with your colleagues or other people about weather. Surprisingly, for a society that doesn't like small talk, there is a lot of talk about the weather. So next surprising thing that I find really funny, and it still surprises me, is Finns biking during the winters. Okay, so I arrived in September and I was like, oh, wonderful, everyone's biking. It must be the lovely weather. And it must be, you know, the really nice weather that makes them use bike as a primary mode of transportation. But no. Biking is used by many Finns all year round, irrespective of the weather. And that is surprising for me because, well, I am very weather dependent, and that is not something I can really do. Like, good weather, that's great, but biking during rain and snowfall is not something I see myself doing. And it has happened to many of us foreigners that we are struggling during the winter. Maybe it's slippery outside, maybe there's a huge amount of snow and you're just struggling to walk, and then there's this Finnish granny on a bike smiling and going through this blizzard while you are having difficulty walking. I think it took me years to understand how big part of life in Finland mökki contributes to. Summer cottage just plays such a big role. And I think I found it quite fascinating how like Finnish people are escaping to these cottages that are in the middle of the forest, have very few modern amenities, so many times in a year. I think it's common for some to spend much of the summer months at these summer cottages, and some go year round. Now, the reason I found this surprising is I'm a big city girl, or I used to be. Now I live in Turku, so I suppose I can't say I'm a big city girl anymore. But the fact that people want to stay in a cottage that has like very little modern amenities, has an outdoor toilet, and then if you want to shower, you basically maybe go take a swim in the lake. Like, just such a simple life that I found very surprising. But at the same time, I think it's one of the reasons that Finnish people are so happy, because they manage to do a digital detox and spend time in the middle of the forest so often. And for many Finnish families, if they don't have a summer cottage of their own, they are renting one out themselves. So next time you hear your colleagues say and you're chatting about what they're planning to do on the weekend, don't be surprised if they are planning to spend their weekend at their summer cottage or their mökki. Okay, so I definitely found this one weird, and I still find it weird till this day. But in Finland, adults drink milk with their meals. So first I was like, what is happening? Why is there milk being served at like lunch restaurants? But apparently it is quite common for adults to drink milk along with their meal, and I'm curious if that's like a generation thing. Does it really depend on when you grew up, or is that everybody? I'm not really sure about this, so if you know the answer, please do let us know in the comments. But yeah, if you see milk being served at a restaurant, that's the reason why. The next one on the list is nudity, and that has a lot to do with the sauna culture in Finland. If you're already in Finland, you definitely know what I am talking about. So because sauna plays such an important role here, and because Finnish people are very accustomed to going to the sauna without clothes, I think there is a very relaxed attitude towards nudity, and that might be something that foreigners find awkward or weird. So what I've heard is that for families, it's very normal to go to the sauna naked together, and the same applies also for friends, even if they are of different genders. I'm not entirely sure though, so please do let us know in the comments if you have experienced the same, if that is truly accurate. Now, I must say that Finnish people are very considerate when there are internationals around, and I have been to many saunas with Finns, and they wear bathing suits because they know that internationals might not be comfortable with that. So in my experience, they have been very accommodating. And I have also heard of a funny story of how this bathing suit, whether to wear a bathing suit in the sauna or not, can be a little bit of a tricky question here. I heard a story about a Finnish woman who went to the sauna thinking, okay, everyone's going to be naked in the sauna. And since she was the only Finnish person, she was the only one naked, whereas everybody else was actually the swimsuit. And that can be also awkward and funny. So those are some things that are perfectly normal in Finland, but might raise a few eyebrows if you are not from Finland itself. But don't worry, you will eventually get used to all of it, and there will come a day when you don't notice it at all because you are so used to the way things are in Finland. So thank you for watching, and we hope you have enjoyed. You know what to do. Please do press the thumbs up button if you have enjoyed watching this video, and subscribe to our channel about life in Finland. Have a great day and see you next time. Kiitos!